Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. Back with the boys, AJ, Barron, how y'all doing today?
Good, man. Glad to be back.
Doing good.
Unfortunately, we recorded one last episode. Our last episode we recorded got corrupted, the file did, so there's just a little recap, especially on our segment for Dog of the Day. AJ, you had the Falcons.
I did, yep.
That missed.
Yep, of course.
I didn't pick a team. And you had the Colts.
Yes, sir.
That's a 7.5 point win.
Great,
by the time we recorded.
great pick.
So
Yeah.
the score line is AJ's had 2 guesses and 0. I've had 1 guess and 0. I've had 2
Alright.
guesses and 0.
Hey, fans, leave a comment who you think Brooks picked last week.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation.
Only one answer. I'm sure you guys can guess.
It's not that hard to think about.
All I'll say is my first pick, the Giants, who lost by 40. If you add the 2 losses together, I lose by 45 each week. So that could be a little.
See.
That's not really. Yeah, you kind of just told
Yeah.
But yeah, big win
right.
for you on the Colts.
Yeah, definitely.
I
I
think
was bold, and it paid off.
Big reason was because a lot of the starters were out. So good job there, buddy. Colts should have lost that game.
they should have lost that game.
He's salty.
And then all I'm going to say for the Week 3 recap is I faced Keenan Allen, Raheem Mostert, Matt Gay, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, fantasy.
What was that total score?
Well, we have a little bit different rules.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Keenan Allen scored 55.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert scored 46. Besides A-Chain, who was not on the roster for anyone, they're the
Yeah.
top scores of the week.
Damn.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra had 29, I think.
Nice.
Matt Gay had 26 as a kicker.
So you had no chance, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
and then
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence scored back with 10 points, and I was like, it's bad
All right.
performance.
Before we get started, though,
Yeah.
unpopular opinion: fantasy leagues with like different rules are like kind of fire. Like
No.
special rules.
No.
I
No.
like them.
No. My girlfriend has a fantasy league where it's like every yard for a reception is .05.
Yeah, well, that's dumb.
If your team wins, you get a point. If your team loses, you lose 3 points. Like the player.
Oh yeah, that's dumb. All right.
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay,
dumb,
so
yeah.
let's put it in moderation.
Alright.
then.
She's
Certain
like,
rules.
I lost by 3. I was like, DJ Moore had 15 points. How does he have 9? It's like team loss minus 3.
Of course,
I was like,
bro.
I wouldn't pick DJ Moore if a team loss counts
Yeah.
as minus 3.
Yeah,
Like, I'd
you know
only
Justin
pick-
Fields was the last quarterback.
Exactly. I
picked
would
in
only
that
pick
one.
like Eagles players or like
yeah.
or like
49ers,
or like 49ers
Dolphins,
or Cowboys or Dolphins or
Cowboys.
Bills. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that okay. I take that back. Those rules
Exactly.
are stupid.
What about, like,
But,
rules that are, like, different, like, not scoring rules, like dynasties and, like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
kind of
that-
like
like
the little
those.
cat. And
I want to start a dynasty league.
I do
yeah,
too.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Like us.
I'd be down for it.
I saw one league, like someone showing it on TikTok, and it was like you chose like the team with the lowest amount of points wins. So like you draft like not like backups, but like you win by having the least amount of points per week.
So like you want your lineup to be like who would you so like
You know
give
what'd
me
be
a
cool
dream
rule?
lineup.
You know what'd be a cool rule? If you had the lowest scoring team, but if you had a player that scored 0.0, then they add like 20 points against your team. Because then you can't just choose like 0.0 players across the board. Does that make sense?
Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's how it works. You have to have
Yeah,
you
That's
get
a
penalized
cool
if your
idea.
player gets 0.
That's a
Yeah.
cool like
Kyle
alternate.
Pitts in that league.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like Zach Wilson's like number 1 overall
Yeah,
draft pick
yeah,
in that.
yeah.
Easily.
That's like kind of cool though.
But, yeah,
I saw that and it was pretty
Kyle
interesting.
Pitts with his like 0.1 points every week.
Yeah,
Bro, he's gonna
literally
be
get like a
crazy.
third string running back that'll hopefully get like 1 carry
yeah.
just to like get a
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Rashad Penny
Yeah.
There you go.
with his 2 carries on
Yeah.
the team.
That's a cool league. That's a cool
Yeah.
league in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like for my league, the different rules I have is like if you go over 100 yards receiving or rushing, you get a 5-point bonus.
Oh yeah, ours
Yeah.
is like
Over
10.
300, you get for passing a 5-point bonus. Every kicking yard is 0.1 point instead of like a range.
Yeah. Okay.
So I like
49
that.
yards
Oh,
is
wow, that's kinda cool.
4.9
I like
points.
that a lot more actually.
Yeah. So like every yard matters.
So like
that's good.
kickers are like really valuable then. in
They're a
your
little bit
league.
more valuable.
Yeah.
But like if you hit like
Well,
a
that's kind of like how ours is, or my league is, how it makes more value to defense because it doesn't happen that
like
much.
pitching a shutout, it's a cool
But like
idea.
pitch in my league, if a defense like the
Nah, I'd be
Cowboys did
pissed,
week
bro.
1, they pitched a shutout, it's an automatic 50 points.
I don't know about 50, but you get like 20 or 25.
I'd
'Cause it
say
is
like
rare.
10. 50
Yeah.
like 50 is like
you won the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like how many shutouts are there every year?
Maybe like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I mean I get it, but
But I think you should still be able to like win.
yeah, like there's no way that you're not, like losing the game
what's
if you
crazy
get
is
50.
I mean,
if
I've-
my
I've-
team pitched a
I've
shutout,
done it
I would
before.
have lost still.
Oh, yeah.
I was the third highest scorer in the league. And I
Oh,
lost
so
by
you got
65.
blown out in your league.
Yeah, I was the third highest scorer in the league. I lost by 65.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're always the highest scorer of the week and still
Alright,
lose.
well, we spent enough talking about fantasy football. Let's talk about some real
I
football
like it.
now.
That's a
And-
good. That's a good opening.
I know
Yeah.
I like that, but let's
Yeah.
talk about some real football. So week 3 in the books.
You're off the schneid, baby.
I am. We're
right.
back.
Chargers won.
We're back.
Chargers
I'm
won,
surprised. Don't
big-
know how,
big
but
W over the
I
Vikings.
Yeah.
bet Vikings plus 500. Oh, I was rooting so against you.
I bet, man.
Low-key wish you were in the room.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, when
when they took that snap, like they let 35 seconds drain. I
Bro,
was so pissed.
when
we went
on
for
fourth
it,
down, bro, you should have
like at our own like 20, I knew we weren't getting that, bro. I was like, yeah, if we go for this, we're not getting this.
Bro,
I've watched
those-
this team way too many times.
AJ's sitting there like this, like just like he can't believe what he's seeing. But I
Yeah.
mean, kudos to them. They pull it out in the end. A great defensive stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After like 9 penalties,
Oh my
we
God.
basically handed them the game and they
Dude,
just
no,
gave it back.
yeah, so about like going the recap thing, that was a fumble.
What?
Against Madison, where his forward progress was stopped.
Oh yeah.
How is that not a
Yeah.
fumble?
I don't know. That's just.
LA against the world,
Yeah.
I guess.
So
I mean,
so coming from a Chargers fan, are we happy with the win? Because I've seen the other side of it online as well.
I mean, you're obviously happy with a win, but like you there's still a lot to improve. Yeah, like given the team expectation, like you realistically, you're losing that like game 9 out of 10 times, especially that last drive offense. Like for the Chargers offense and for the Chargers defense, like any other team that's not the Vikings is scoring.
And that game racked up a lot of injuries too for y'all.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Williams.
I saw this one guy online. He said,
yeah.
That's why I drafted Quentin Johnson.
"Hey, me too."
So-
Hopefully he
Someone was gonna
fills
get
that
that.
role. I'm kind of excited to see how that works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be exciting. But
Yeah.
I saw some guy online. He was talking about it earlier, saying like I obviously you can't, like you were saying, can't be disappointed about a win. But the fact that we didn't like beat them like badly is like I didn't really want to win at all because now Brandon Staley's gonna keep his job. We racked up all these
Exactly, yeah.
injuries.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're not really, and you barely beat the winless Vikings.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like,
but hey, they covered. too.
Brandon Staley lives another day.
Honestly, good teams
Another
win, better
week.
Teams covered. They
Yeah.
covered.
Right.
They were underdogs too.
Yeah.
1 point.
But let's move past that because I'm sure the biggest story from Week 3 was the Miami's rout over Denver.
Yeah.
Brooks, would you like to start?
All right. So my dog of the day and the file corrupted. I picked the Broncos simply because I thought law of averages. Right. Sean Payton's got to come back. Right. Denver was gonna cook a little bit. They're no longer in the high altitudes. Little sea level action. Certain. Right. Tyreek Hill hasn't faced like a PS2.
Mm-hmm.
Everything went
I
wrong.
was about to say,
I
I'm pretty
mean,
sure
Yeah.
he got coached by Chosen Anderson.
Oh yeah, he did. He got cooked by Chosen Anderson. Like
Skylar
I was talking about that
Thompson.
today. Like everything went wrong with that game. I'm not even a Broncos fan, but since I picked them, I felt like I was rooting for the Broncos.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like everything went wrong. Like
Yeah, I can't
Cortland
imagine being
Sutton
a
fumbled
Broncos fan.
twice. Russell Wilson threw a pick. Tua looks like the second coming of Jesus out
Yeah.
there against like top defense last year. It was bad. It was bad.
I think that game is just a mix of I think the Dolphins are really good and the Broncos are like really bad.
But that's the thing, though, because Russell Wilson didn't play that bad.
I don't think he did either.
Statistically, he had a
Statistically,
really
yeah.
good game.
Yeah, but their defense
It was
looked
the
atrocious.
defense and there was the turnovers.
Yeah.
It felt like low key. It felt like besides the defense, the offense. It felt like I was watching a Clemson football game, with the way it was like they were driving, and they turn it over,
Yeah.
like
And they
wide
turn-
receiver fumble,
And they
Yeah.
throw a screen pass.
and they throw a screen
Yeah.
pass.
And now we lost the ball. All right.
Exactly.
But
Like, it was just turnovers, just sloppy play.
I mean, yeah, Miami looks unstoppable right now.
They
Just
do.
The scheme that they've put together quite
Mhm.
literally looks like no one can beat it. I mean, they don't have a single playmaker on that offense that is taller than me, and they just put up 70
Yeah.
points. So-
And not to mention they put up 70 without Jalen Waddle. So imagine when he comes
Yeah.
back what they can do.
Exactly.
Sheesh.
Also, we lost our survivors.
I know.
Oh, who'd y'all
I
pick?
know.
I picked the Cowboys.
I picked the Jaguars.
You picked the Jags.
Yeah.
And then I almost switched off the Cowboys to the Chiefs because the line was moving down.
I almost switched it to the Browns.
yeah.
Now I don't
but,
feel as
I
bad getting
didn't.
knocked out last
But
week.
in
Yeah.
the Bills league, I'm still in.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So you still got one league left.
Yeah, I picked the Eagles.
I mean, I'm 0-1. I only
Yeah.
joined one.
I
So
picked the Eagles because I forgot to pick a team, and it was Monday night, so I picked the Eagles.
that works.
Yeah, it
that
did.
works.
Yeah.
So
Got it out the way.
guess I'm still in one league,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm sad.
Wow, how about the Texans though? I did not see
Yeah,
that coming.
I
at
want
all.
to talk about that game.
Yeah, that
I
was
wanna
a
talk
good
about that
game.
game. A lot of people are still saying C.J. Stroud is kind of like still a little bit of a lower ceiling than Bryce Young. I'd kind of agree as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what we've seen of him over the 3 games, especially with new head coach D'Amico Ryan's kind of new squad all around, I've been really impressed with how he's played.
They've
I
all
agree.
just looked good
Yeah.
like together, which I think is kind of good for like those young guys when they all kind of come in together. They're all somewhat familiar with each other. They play on the same page almost, and you see it on the field. I mean, C.J. Stroud and that Tank Dell connection is dangerous.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
interesting.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know who Tank Dell was before last week.
I did.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I did, but that's only because of Madden. But
Right,
the
yeah.
average person probably doesn't know who Tank
True,
Dell is.
true.
And I mean, yeah, C.J. Stroud's making do with what he's got. I mean, look at it one way. You've got what's his name? Not Bryce Young. You've got Justin Fields over here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Struggling.
I was gonna say, like, Ohio State
on a bad
quarterbacks, bro.
franchise, bad team, bad all around
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
They bring in this big wide receiver. Oh, MVP year. Place your bets now. Look at his odds. He's third to win it.
Was he
0-3.
actually?
He was at one
Fields
That's crazy.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Wow.
for no reason
For absolutely
whatsoever.
no reason.
Just all the hype.
Because everyone thought, oh, he's Jalen Hurts 2.0. He can do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's terrible.
Jalen Hurts isn't really a good quarterback, so
But C.J. Stroud, like he
It's
literally
true.
came in here
It
with
is.
these wide receivers you've never heard of, and
Mhm.
he's winning and putting up big
Yeah.
numbers. So yeah,
No, definitely
all props
exceeded
to him.
expectations by a
Definitely.
lot, especially given the roster
yeah.
that they
Mhm.
have. So
Yeah, between him and Anthony Richardson, I think it's gonna be a good battle for
it's
who
not
wins
it's not
that.
looking bad so far for the quarterback class right there, at least the top.
yeah.
But I saw earlier, it's a little bit of a tangent, but I saw the class with like Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, all those names. It's like the only good name is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's like Zach Wilson, like,
Trey
Kyle
Lance.
Trask or something like that.
Wasn't Trey Lance in that one?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
something like that, like something crazy.
And then the year before that one, you have a bunch of crazy ones too. You have Burrow.
That's
Yeah.
the
Herbert,
2020, yeah.
Tua, Hurts, and
Yeah.
everyone forgets Jordan Love was in that
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
I was big on Jordan Love.
He's
when he got
he's
drafted.
breaking out tonight
I've,
too.
I've always been high on Jordan Love.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Feeling the love.
he's
I-
he's
I
he's
always-
looked
I've
he's
always
looked good so
defended him.
far.
I've always defended him.
Alright.
Even when he struggled, I was like, just give it time.
Yeah.
It's Green Bay as
I
well.
mean, you
He's
can't
mentored
really
by
judge
Rodgers.
based on like the couple games he played last
Yeah.
year.
And he
where-
looked decent against
where
a big,
Rodgers
strong
were out.
Eagles defense
Yeah,
last
he
year.
did.
Yeah.
He did.
and given their expectations were also low, and he's also
I liked
exceeding
it so
them.
far
Yeah,
this
let's
season.
stay in the NFC or not the NFC North. Here
There you
for a
go.
second.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, brain lag. You guys think it's time for the Vikings to blow it up, rebuild?
I do, yeah.
I think you
think so.
keep Justin Jefferson, which
I
is
think-
funny. You think you trade him or keep him?
No, I say you keep Justin Jefferson, you trade Kirk Cousins.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was gonna
saw
say
a
too.
Perfect proposal. Kirk Cousins on his last year of his deal. Why don't the Jets go after him?
Exactly, yeah.
Why don't Zach Wilson? The defense is getting mad about Robert Saleh defending
Yeah.
him. We've seen him not perform time and time again. Why don't you go after a quarterback who's averaging over 5,000 yards
yeah.
like for the season this year, right? Who's
Yeah.
producing, and you put a defense behind him. Why aren't you doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what's the worst you can lose? A fifth? A fourth?
Yeah.
He's on the last year of the deal.
Yeah.
Especially if they lose one more game and
Exactly.
if they start 0-4, then that's the time.
I mean, they're playing the Panthers.
Oh, if they lose this week, it's over.
They
Yeah.
have to blow it up. If
Yeah.
they lose to the Panthers,
I say
You
clean.
have to blow
I
it.
say
Yeah.
clean house. You keep Jefferson and Addison. That's it.
yeah, no, I agree.
Although I am interested to see we
on the
know they-
offense at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
Defensively, just get rid
And
of the whole
Cam
defense.
Akers. They just traded for Cam Akers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I'm interested
Madison,
to see how
keep
that
Madison.
plays.
He's a solid.
I also just traded for Cam Akers in my fantasy league. Me a
Yeah.
little running
Oh,
back
it's a
boost
waste.
after Chubb went down, but
Yep.
I'm excited to see what he can do. He's a bigger, stronger power back opposed to Madison. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to add some run dynamic to their run offense that desperately needs it. But I think the big difference between them this year and them last year is I think they have really missed Dalvin Cook. I mean, when they run the ball, I mean, obviously Madison's an NFL caliber running back, so he's a good running back. But like, I mean, I just don't feel like you fear Alexander Madison when he lines up in the backfield like you did.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's just I don't know if it's Madison or the O line. It's just he doesn't look like Madison looked good last year. So going into this year, you're like, yeah, Madison will be fine, and now Madison looks completely different. It could be him, it could be the line, who knows? But just looking based off last year,
I
it's
also
like,
feel like Dalvin Cook gave you more in the passing game too than he does.
I mean, it's just too. You got other roles to fill. You can't really keep two good running backs like that.
I just think the Vikings are missing him a lot more than they want to admit, and I think you kind of can see that because I mean, when you get into these like situations, like yes, like I have T.J. Hawkinson now, so they can throw check downs to him, but like it's usually like if the pocket's collapsing. They don't really have like a guy right there that they're super reliant on, and you usually just see him chucking it to Justin Jefferson somewhere. So, and those usually end up in bad or breakups or turnovers. So, I definitely feel like they miss him. But when you were saying about that defense, that they all need to go. Their defense is terrible. I mean, they have a good coach. I mean, their pass defense again is not terrible, but like their run defense is atrocious.
Yeah,
they all needs to go. I think they just need to blow it all up. They're they're tied for dead last in their division, which is also tied for dead last in the league. So that's not a good sign.
Right.
You're probably not beating the Packers or the Lions, and you're definitely not getting a wild card spot. So I think it's time to make some moves, get rid of your players while they have value, and start to. Justin Jefferson's young, so let's build
something
it back
has to
up.
happen as well when like if you don't trade Kirk Cousins somehow and you're still at a start like this, like why don't you trade him to give Kellen Mond somehow some minutes?
Yeah.
Right. And there's like some coach beef when Mike Zimmer was there, but why not give a young quarterback some minutes and see what he can do?
I mean, if they lose next week, I'm trade Kirk Cousins and tank for Caleb
You
Williams.
have all these talented players and
I
you're not winning.
I agree.
If you can't beat the Carolina Panthers,
why don't you tank for Caleb Williams?
You do.
Why don't you tank for Drake May? You give Justin Jefferson
one of those
a Caleb
guys.
Williams.
Yeah.
Whoo.
Yeah.
Right? Like with the potential we've seen Caleb Williams have in college.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going back to USC.
Draft like a fifth rounder or fourth round running back.
Right.
That can give you some legs. Like Pacheco was a seventh rounder. Algier was a fifth rounder. Those running backs will give you good contracts, and they got good legs because they're young. So.
But we can all agree that the Cardinals are not the worst team in the league anymore.
Oh, I knew that before.
No.
I knew that before. After week one.
After week one, I was like,
Because I still saw a lot of people.
After week one, I was like, maybe they're still last in the league, maybe tied for or just ahead of it. And then week two, I was like, okay, they're legit.
Yeah.
Not legit as in like they're that team.
Yeah.
But they're not legit the last team.
I mean, even it doesn't matter that they blew the lead, even being up 20-0 on the Giants is still like. Not
you got
not
there in the first
bad.
place.
Yeah.
No one expected you to get there.
They just beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Anything that's 1,000 times.
They're way better than the Bears.
Yeah.
So
10 times better than the Bears.
Yeah.
They're better than I think they're better than the Panthers. Right now, like talent wise, I think they're better than.
Talent wise.
Like the players they have on their roster.
On the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I think potential-wise, no. I think right now,
That's what, I'm not saying I don't mean in the future.
But right now, I think
this season,
I think what I've seen.
Yeah,
James
I agree.
Connor's looked good.
Marquise Brown and Josh Dobbs can throw the football.
He does. He is looking.
And they
really
have a
good.
that defense is solid. They do miss Buda Baker, but they still have key players. So it's not like they're definitely not the last.
So how many more games do you think they can win realistically?
I mean, I'd have to look at their schedule. I don't know.
I think they win. I think
just a shot in the dark.
I think they can.
3 more.
I think they win 2 or 3. I mean, they've
already.
already.
Kyler Murray's coming back.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I
true.
feel like you can up that.
Are they coming to the table? Or they're contending now?
I don't think they're contending.
No, not at all.
But I think that's going to be I think Cardinals fans will be happy by the end of this year. But
I mean, you also got to think about expectations again.
Yeah, I don't feel like Cardinals fans want to win though.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, what's the point of winning like 5-6 games?
Exactly.
It's either you make the playoffs or you like.
I mean, somewhat. But a lot of people are calling for Kyler Murray to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't get the first draft pick, and maybe you could trade Kyler for the number 1 pick if it comes to that. But if you don't have the number 1 pick and you have Kyler Murray, I don't think that's a bad option. You go out and get another young, good player and fill into your roster. I think they still have a chance to. I mean, this is a team that was this was the best team in the league. I mean, 2 years ago, halfway through it. So it's not like all that talent is gone now. A lot of it is.
There's a lot of change and a lot of.
I mean, to
turnover.
me, I don't really see a way why you would want to keep Kyler Murray on the team, though. Like he hasn't done anything. He's had good teams. I mean, yeah, he's had some injuries, but he's had seasons where he's played the whole season and it's still way below expectations. So
I wouldn't say he hasn't done.
It's not like he hasn't proven any. Like
But-
he's played enough games to where you can make that decision. I feel like what excuse would you give him for all the losing seasons that he's had in the past?
So what has Herbert proved?
Huh?
What has Herbert proved?
His points per game?
Right.
Well, what's
he has
his
stars
record?
around him.
Huh?
He has a great
tons of
receiving
stuff.
core. He has
his overall
arguably a top
record?
3 running back in the NFL. Right.
Okay, that's completely different.
How is it different? He hasn't
Be-
won anything.
Because if you look at Herbert, the games where the defense gives up less than like 26 points a game, he's 19-4. You look at all the Cardinals, they're scoring 10, 13 points a game, right? There's two different sides of the ball.
I don't think that's true though.
I mean, it
I
is.
can't tell you
is.
top of my head, but I can just feel that's not true. They don't
I mean,
score.
when was the last time you saw Kyler Murray drop 30 points a game? Never. With when he had
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins on the team.
Yeah, they dropped over 30
Yeah.
a couple times.
No, they were good
Yeah, they went 7.
beginning of the season, and then last part of the season he's trash. And they blamed it on the coaching, brought a new coach, and it's the same result. So
I mean,
that's just my
He got
opinion.
injured.
Hmm?
He got injured.
Who, Kyler?
Yeah.
Well, they brought in a new coach this year. They've only
Yeah.
played 3 games, and they've won 1 of them. So
Still, I've seen enough with Kyler Murray. I don't know why there's any reason. There's no good reason to keep him.
I mean, the
What
talent.
has he proven?
The talent's there.
Right, the talent's
He's
there.
an improviser.
Okay, you could say the same thing about Zach Wilson. Talent was
Yeah, but
there
he-
too.
But
No,
he
that's
makes
the
the
thing.
throws.
The talent isn't there.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's proved
There's
that he
some
can
talent
play
and
in the
potential.
NFL at a high level.
How? What has he done to prove that?
Have you?
Went out and dropped dimes, and I mean, he's what do you like? He hasn't won an MVP, obviously,
Yeah.
but how
What do
many
you want me to say?
players haven't won an MVP?
I'm not. I didn't say anything about MVP.
Yeah, so by that logic, Justin Herbert isn't shit either.
Yeah, because he hasn't won anything. That's what it feels like you're saying.
That's
No,
not.
it's
That's
not. But Jalen Hurts
that's
is,
completely
though,
different.
He's an NFC champion. He's won something. So he's he's better than all of them.
No, you're admitting you're carried. That's what I like.
what Justin Herbert.
No, Jalen Hurts.
If you think Justin Herbert got carried, then you
That's
don't know
what I'm saying.
ball.
What I'm saying is what your argument is saying. I can throw that right back.
Exactly.
See
Well,
what I'm
you can throw this argument any which way you want to.
Yeah. In,
All right.
in 2020, he threw 4,000 yards. In 2021, he threw for 3,800 yards. Right? He had a rating of 100, and his QBR was 63. I'm pretty sure that's not horrible, but not great. 24 touchdowns, 10 picks. He threw 26 and 12, 20 and 12. And then rushing, 2020, he had 11 rushing touchdowns. 2021, he had 5 rushing touchdowns. 2022, it was a shorter season. He had 3. And he rushed for 819, 423, 418.
Yeah. So the talent is there.
I mean, he's not horrible, but I see your point at the same time.
Yeah.
But he's not to the level of Herbert. What I'm saying is like, he definitely you've seen him make those plays. We haven't seen Zach Wilson consistently make plays. We haven't seen Kyler Murray consistently make plays like over and over and over again. But to the level of consistency that it could reach, we know Kyler Murray can be there.
Yeah. I mean, we just have to assume that all their past failures was the coaching was Kingsbury. So we'll see if that's really
I mean,
the truth.
He threw for 70% completion percentage too. It's not horrible.
Well, let's stop talking about all these bottom feeders. Let's talk about the top of the pack.
Yeah. All right.
AJ, who is the best team in the league right now?
The best team in the league right now is the Miami Dolphins,
Okay.
in my opinion. Obviously, offense doesn't show any
I wanna hear your
flaws
reasoning, 'cause I disagree.
and all. You disagree?
I disagree, but I don't hear your reasoning.
I mean, it's basically just looking at the offense. Look at the first 3 games they played. Defense has held their own, but they're not even on the spotlight as of right now, just because of what their offense is doing.
Yeah, they definitely have a good defense.
Who do you think it is for you?
Well, I like DOG.
Okay, I think it's the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
My second pick, either between the Dolphins or the Chiefs, but number one is the Niners. Right now, I don't see a weakness in their team. I just think their receiving core is good. You have one of the best tight ends in the league. You have the best running back in the league, in my opinion. You have maybe arguably the best defense in the league, in my opinion.
For sure.
And that all helps with a rookie contract at quarterback, right? And your quarterback has not lost a regular season start. The one game he did lose was when he got injured.
Yeah.
And you can make an argument he was going to lose that game, but I can't predict the future.
Yeah.
I can't predict what he's going to do.
No,
I think he probably lost a game, but I can't say for 100%
I see what
fact.
you're saying. Yeah.
So I think the special teams is good as well. I think they're going to steamroll into the number one seed in the NFC, maybe by a game or two. And the reason I say that is I like the Eagles, I like the Cowboys, but they're in the same division. And right now, I would say the weakness could be Brock Purdy, but Brock Purdy's not even that bad of a quarterback. He seems good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, he just makes every right throw.
Yeah,
he doesn't,
exactly.
He doesn't force anything.
He doesn't
force it. He doesn't push it. He checks it down when it's there, and he takes the deep shot when it's open.
He's a smart player.
But that's the thing, right? He doesn't need to take the deep shot.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to look and force something
Right.
because of how good that team is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Everything's just
just
going
makes it-
well
And
over
if
there.
it was Niners and Dolphins right now, I think that would be box office. That'd be insane, right?
Yeah.
And I want to see that offense against that defense. But I just think as of what I've seen, I love the Dolphins, but I like the 49ers better. I really think defense wins championships.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. I mean, we're still early into the season, so more games will kind of clear things up, I think, for both teams.
And we saw, like, y'all probably seen this, but Tua had the exact same stats as last year compared to this year,
Yeah,
right?
I saw that.
Yeah, so I want to hopefully see him stay healthy and how he can carry it throughout the season. And the Dolphins play the Chargers. Who they play week 2?
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
They played
The Patriots, I believe.
They
Yep.
played the Patriots, and there was some errors in there, but they still did decently well. They beat the Patriots. And
they
then
only won by like 10 points. Though.
yeah, well, 10 points is still a good
10.
win.
I think it was like 7
Nah, I
or
think
8.
it was 27-17 or something like that,
Let's see.
or 24-14.
Let's see.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what you said?
I just think defense wins championships, and I trust the Niners defense a lot more and their schemes and how they've made quarterbacks uncomfortable. When I watched like that Thursday night game, no disrespect to the Giants whatsoever. They're not a good team, but still, like, it seemed like everything for the Giants just didn't work.
Yeah.
No matter what. And they were coming off, I feel like, momentum in the second half. The Giants fans, I think they all expected they were going to lose, but how could they carry that over into a good team, and they got stomped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the Niners as the best team in the league.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with AJ just for at the current point in time.
Yeah.
When you look, it was between that and the Niners.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Right.
my Eagles, but we're not playing that well right now.
Do you think the Chiefs are worse than the Eagles?
Are worse than the Eagles?
Yeah. If it's between the Niners, Dolphins, then your Eagles.
As a roster, I think the Eagles are a better team than the Chiefs, just because I think there's more all around.
I think people are just not talking about the Chiefs right now because they have a loss. That loss to the
Don't worry,
Lions.
that people are talking about.
Yeah.
The Chiefs. But
I'm talking about as the best team. Everyone's talking about the Dolphins.
They don't. Yeah, but they don't care. People are talking about.
Well, yeah, not for
Well,
for
I-
other
I-
for other reasons.
I might buy a jersey if you know what I mean.
That's crazy. Anyway, back to the Dolphins. Why I wouldn't pick the Niners? It's just the 3 teams they've played. Right, they've played the Steelers, they've played the Rams, and they've played the Giants. To me, 2 of those 3 teams are horrible.
But the Steelers and the Giants.
Yes, they're not good NFL teams. Those are teams that they should have easily won. And granted, they did win with significant margin, so they did what they're supposed to do. It's just when it comes to the Dolphins, they're just impressive. I mean, they came into a game against the Broncos, which was supposed to be a close game, like a tight game. I mean, even had you picking the Broncos and shelled them by 50. Granted, I think the Broncos defense looks terrible this year too. Like, what was it, a top 5 defense last year?
Oh, it was like top 3, if that. Remember the stat where it was like if the Broncos scored 19 points in every single game, they would have had 13 or 14 wins.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I looked back at last week. It was like they only gave up 20 plus points like 4 times.
Yeah.
Which is
last,
crazy.
Last year.
Yeah, like three times I think.
And they've done that twice this season, 3
Yeah, 'cause
times.
they gave up 17 to the Raiders.
And then they gave up like 30 plus
They
to
gave
the
up
Commanders.
30 to the Commanders.
Yeah.
And then they
35-33.
Yeah.
And then they just gave up 70. But
Yeah.
but then when it comes down to the Niners versus Rams, right? That's kind of what it was for me.
That
Mhm.
was a close one.
Yeah, I just feel like. Also, I feel like that's a game that the Niners should have won by
7-point win. I think it was
significant margin.
7-point win.
Granted, the Rams kicked a field goal.
Yeah, so it was,
really-
yeah, they
That was
covered
close.
it.
Yeah, the score does not.
Yeah,
Yeah, showed the
should have been a
game.
10-point
Yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you look at those two teams, it felt like the Niners should have won by a lot more.
Yeah.
I guess you could make the case that just the Niners aren't playing up to the levels that they should be. I mean, not every NFL
That's
team
crazy
is.
if you think about it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is crazy if you
Yeah.
think about it. But I'm interested to see what happens to the 49ers when they go up against a high-powered offense, because I just don't think they have yet. And I also want to see how Brock Purdy maneuvers and manages his way with a high-powered defense. So
Yeah.
I just feel like they haven't seen that much competition yet this year, and they've put up big numbers on bad teams, which has gotten them a lot of hype. But I feel like that's kind of what they're just supposed to do. I feel like the Dolphins have kind of exceeded those expectations. They've put that statement down like, we are the best, at least offensively, they are the best offense in the NFL. And I don't think that's a debate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like them a
I'm
lot.
scared about when we hit midweek, mid-season, right? They
Mhm.
8, 9, 10. What will the NFL look like? And I feel like division-wise, strength of schedule-wise, you'll just see I think you'll see the Niners over the Dolphins.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think you probably will.
I mean, we'll get more clarity throughout for
Exactly.
every
The
team.
AFC is
That's just
definitely
how it works.
and
Yeah.
The
And
AFC is
everything,
definitely
but-
much more competitive than the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I believe the Niners play the Cowboys coming up here soon, so that'll be a big game.
Soon, yeah. But
Yeah.
we can move on to next week now if you want to.
there's going to be one more thing
All right.
just the three of us could do before we move on. A little new segment. I figured
Okay.
we're getting into the
Whoa,
beginning
new
of the
ideas.
Uh-oh. We weren't informed about this. What could this be?
Just want to hear maybe a little way too early reaction. For the
Oh.
year.
An overreaction, or
Overreaction.
way too
Wha-
early
like,
reaction?
you mean prediction or
Yeah,
so
something like that, or like where you have like a hot take, like with the information you have.
like Super Bowl? Like how bold or someone?
Whatever you want it to be.
whatever you want.
Okay. One of y'all go first. Baron, go first.
Yeah,
It's your
since you
idea.
introduced it.
I
Yeah.
actually haven't thought about it, but let's see. One of my big bold predictions that I predicted was that the Vikings were going to actually finish last in their division behind the Bears.
Okay.
I thought partially because they're going to eventually at some point get rid of Kirk Cousins and the rest of their playmakers, so the roster's just going to be so bad and everyone's going to be shut down. But that was the one I wrote down at first. I'm not in love with that one, but
I mean, I say mainly because of how bad the Bears have looked.
yeah.
So I mean, they both look pretty bad.
Yeah, they both look terrible. I guess my overreaction. I think the Vikings are gonna finish with one of the worst records of the league, which is crazy considering they had one of the best last year.
Okay. I'll throw a crazy one out there. I think the Titans will finish with a bottom 5 record in the league.
Okay.
I think with everything going on in that organization, I have a feeling Vrabel could be a little bit on a warm burner, a little Bunsen burner of a seat.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see something going out. I could see that entire team blowing up.
Yeah, I mean Ryan Tannehill looks
Explode.
terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you watch him play,
And I watched that game and I was like, this just hurts to watch.
you think he forgot how to play football.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you saw, okay, I don't want to overreact too much. This is an overreaction segment, but the Browns defense does look like one of the best in the league, and they, of course, shut down the Titans, right? But when you take away, as it's been for the last 5 years, if you can somehow take away that Derrick Henry run, which they did, Derrick Henry had
20 yards.
yeah, but he also
Yeah.
had, I think, 8 or 9 rushes of 0 or negative yards.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
insane. It was always like, oh, Derrick Henry loses 2. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah.
Like, Derrick
Yeah.
Henry drags some for 5 and 6 and gives you a
Yeah.
manageable second down. I think the Titans can finish with a bottom 5 record in the league.
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, especially if Derrick Henry doesn't perform as the way he has been in the past.
He probably won't be a Titan by the end of the year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I analyze the league,
I agree.
I analyze the league, I could see surprise wins from a couple teams. Maybe the Bears aren't, but the Cardinals now have made some surprise wins. The Texans have made a leap I didn't think. The Bucs, even though they lost last week, made a leap that I didn't think they'd make. Baker got exposed, by the way.
Hey, he played one of the best defenses. But
Yeah. Finally didn't play a fraudulent defense. I'm joking.
He looks
Yeah.
better than I thought. I'll give you that.
Exactly.
Not B tier, but
But C tier.
better.
Yeah.
Well, better.
But I think
I'll take
I
that
think
for
the
now.
Titans will finish less than 5 wins.
All right.
5 wins or less. 5 wins or less.
All right.
They're 1-2. I think they'll finish 5-12 or less.
I mean, I could see that.
And they have a weak division too.
Yeah.
They have Jags, Colts, Texans. So I feel like that is kind of a little bit
I
high.
feel like that division is wide open right now.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
it's still
looking
the-
at the Texans.
I
think
feel
it's-
like that's the only one you can really say that about. Too.
I think it's the Jags division to lose still.
Yeah. I know
think
it is still.
I don't care about
it is still.
the Jags had some bonehead losses last year too,
Yeah.
and they won the division. I think it's still theirs to lose.
Yeah. I agree.
We'll see.
I'm gonna go with, I guess, semi bold. I'm gonna say Bengals don't win the division, don't make the playoffs. To me, it's kind of, huh?
I'd say that's pretty bold.
Yeah.
I'd say not winning the division.
I said the playoffs
should
is
be
the bold part.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think they could get a wild.
I'll go playoffs.
Same thing. If they don't,
Yeah.
if they don't win the division, then that's an automatic bid. So don't win the division, don't make
True.
the playoffs.
Or don't make a wild card either. So
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
I'm just gonna talk about the offense. Obviously, defense looks good, but to me, it seems like Joe Burrow's kind of running out of excuses here for underperforming. Right. First, it was the injuries, and then it was the O-line, and everyone's like, oh, coming back from the injury that he faced in the offseason, he's gonna get better and better per week. He's played 2 tough road games, and then kind of watching that previous game against the Rams, it didn't look like he was back from injury, and I think they got to stop blaming it on those excuses. Obviously, Jamar Chase looked good, but overall they're just not looking great, and I'm not buying it right now.
All right. Well, on that note, we can transition into the next week.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little we can maybe revisit this segment midway through the season.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like. We should do overreaction each week.
Oh, you like that?
I like overreaction each week,
All right.
and it doesn't have to
Sure.
be like a year-long thing, but it could be like I think this team is gonna fall off a little bit or
Okay.
bounce. But I think it's interesting.
Just like kind of future predictions. Not doesn't have
if
to be.
ESPN can milk it, we can milk it too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, where's our Taylor Swift post?
Yeah.
Wildest dreams.
All right, AJ. Favorite Taylor Swift song? Go.
Enchanted probably.
Mean is a banger.
That's a pretty good one.
That's what I'm on right now.
I don't really have a favorite to be honest.
Too many bangers.
Yeah, it's true. 2022.
What's crazy is that Katy Perry's better.
All right, there's your little.
Nah, Katy Perry fell off though.
There's-
Taylor
but-
Swift
but
didn't.
The highs of Katy. So we
True.
can move on because this is an NFL podcast. All right. If we have an off the record, we can go into this.
Yeah.
But
Is Katy Perry dating an NFL player? I don't think so.
she's too hot to date an NFL player.
Yeah, so there's your little.
I haven't even seen her in like a year. What does she even look like now?
You don't want to know.
I haven't seen her since like last Friday
All
night.
right,
like-
well, we can talk about this off air.
Travis Kelsey is back in 6s on and off the field. So
But yeah, so there's your Taylor Swift injury.
crazy.
Nothing agreed.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do Deion
Deion
Sanders.
Sanders next week.
That's wild.
All right, so week 4.
LeBron's in 3 weeks, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, once basketball starts, we'll get
Yeah.
LeBron up there.
Yeah.
So let's start Thursday night football. Tonight's game: Lions Packers. AJ, who's winning?
This is kind of an interesting game for me. It's kind of obviously a coin flip in my opinion.
Coin flip.
It's not a coin flip if you're 10-unit max in the Packers, is it?
I mean, I'm gonna choose the Packers just because I still think the Lions are a little bit overrated. I know I faded them last week with picking the Falcons as my dog of the day, and that obviously didn't pan out how we wanted to. But Packers have also kind of surprised me too. They're at home under the lights. This is Jordan Love's statement game in front of the country. So we'll see. Packers for me.
All right. Well, now the intelligent people can talk. So
Yeah.
Let me-
the Lions are clearly
I
winning
bet.
the game
before
tonight, right?
before you talk, this is what AJ texted me in the morning.
All right.
He-
It's like
he
9
sent
a.m.
me 10 a.m. Been thinking about this since I woke up, and I cannot think of one reason not to gamble today. And I said, "Why
I
is it
said-
in me?" And
I
he
said
goes,
that to him.
He goes,
Yeah,
"Why
you know,
not
you
us?"
know
I
what's-
go,
you know
I
what's
go,
funny?
I'm a lab, and he goes, "Packers 10U whale max."
Bro sent me the same thing.
Exactly.
I go literally
I was
you.
fired up.
Yeah.
I was ready for
It's
football.
ready to go.
Bro,
And
Been
guess
too
what?
long.
And
I just
Guess
woke.
what I did? I posted a winner. I posted a winner, and he didn't
Bro,
fall.
I've been giving this guy locks the past 2
Yeah.
weeks.
All right.
like, and he's acting
Yeah.
like I just.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about why the Lions are winning tonight.
This is a 10-unit whale max on the line, by the way.
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
You
Sure.
wanna- You want to go 10 unit for 10 unit?
That should hit.
You want to go 10 unit for 10 unit?
No.
That's what I thought, bitch.
So the Lions, they have a really good defense.
Mhm.
Really big on that. Aiden Hutchinson looks really good. They kind of, sorry Brooks, but they kind of dismantled the Falcons last week.
They did.
And the Falcons already proved that they can go toe to toe with the Packers. So
Pack, go.
it looks like to me that the Lions defense kind of has an opportunity here again tonight to just dominate like they kind of did last week.
No love in the air.
And then
There
I
is
know,
love.
and then I know the Packers defense.
I'm
is missing
feeling
a
the
lot
love
of key-
tonight.
A lot of key players.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I feel like Jared Goff and company are just gonna take advantage of that. I don't. I mean, I know
Shake it, golf.
I know it's in Green Bay, but I don't know. I don't see how the Lions.
You
lose
look, the
this game.
Lions won it last year in Green Bay. I agree with that. My concern is I don't know how David Montgomery's going to be with that injury coming back.
Mhm.
I would give.
They don't-
I
they don't
would
need him.
rest. What's up?
They got Gibbs.
I was gonna say I'd rest Montgomery to give Gibbs
Yeah.
more touches,
Fantasy
and
owners
because
might
he's
like that.
he's fresh. But I like the Lions this week tonight as well because it's Thursday.
Undefeated in Thursday night games.
They are.
Mhm.
Goff is just he's still playing well. They're still playing their brand of football. I think they can control the pace tonight. I don't see why it isn't them, to be honest. I don't. Other than if Jordan Love has a masterclass,
He could. And this is game.
Yeah.
Looking at the second half of last game.
but
I
I
mean-
like the Lions.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so the next big game, week 4, not really a primetime game unless you want to wake up.
Oh, it's
super
prime.
early.
It's prime.
It's not prime.
Atlanta, Jacksonville.
Oh.
You told me an Atlanta Falcons game is not prime TV.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
No,
do you
this is
think I was
prime
about to
TV.
talk
This
We're going London, going
Yeah.
overseas,
Yeah.
across the pond.
is going to the
I'm saying.
Brits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an early primetime game.
Well,
Oh,
fish,
yeah.
fish and chips at 9:30 in the
9
morning.
9 a.m. Ready
Yeah.
to get
Don't
after
even
it.
have time to brush their teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it
Alright.
depends how Saturday
Sorry to
goes
all
if we're
our
getting
British
up
viewers
for
out
it.
there. That was
We
an
don't-
undesignated shot.
we don't have any British viewers.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. But so
Oi. Oi, mate.
That is not British.
it's got to be racist.
That was Australian.
That's just, it's not. All
All
right.
right,
Oi,
so
mate, that's Australian.
AJ,
That's just all I know about. I just know Ted Lasso. That's what goes
AJ,
on in
I have
that
a very
show.
strong feeling that you're picking the Jaguars for this game. Why is that?
Why would you just assume I'm picking the Jags?
Exactly.
Well, am I right?
Anyways, he's picking the Jags.
I am picking the Jags. Yeah, it's just because we were talking about this off air. You can't read my mind. It's just because Jaguars are pretty much London's home team.
Exactly.
They win there every time. It's not really a super bold pick. You know, it's kind of a common pick, to be honest with you. I think if anyone were to pick the Falcons, it's just because the Jaguars lost to the Texans last week and they're not as good as what people thought. But I'm gonna go with I'm going Jaguars in London? We're London this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, ugly stadium, by the way.
I feel like I shouldn't really have to ask you this, Brooks, but who's winning?
All right. Once again, my heart says Falcons, right? I think it's gonna be the Jags. So I think it's gonna be the Jags.
Wow.
I'm scared of the
That's
pass
crazy.
I'm not like you. I'm realistic. All right.
Me, bro. I think my team's gonna lose every week. That's about as realistic as it gets.
That's not as realistic as it gets. Bro made the playoffs last year.
Imagine them playing the Bears. Oh no, dude, they're winning.
Game's
today.
over.
We actually do play the Bears on Sunday night, so
They're
Wow.
flexing that game.
Yeah, there's your 3 a.m. game
yeah.
Exactly.
on a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I guarantee that'll be it. That no, You know,
Tuesday night.
with the Chargers, every game's a close game.
Tuesday afternoon.
We haven't blown out a
Sorry.
team in like
I know-
5
all right.
years.
I know this
Jags
is
are winning.
Yeah.
Jags are winning, but I want to pick the Falcons for my heart. I'm gonna guess Bijan has over 100 yards rushing. I think that's gonna be another big game for him. But as you say, Jags own London. It's kind of their spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's where they broke their streak last time.
Yeah.
They're gonna carry
Yeah.
that. So yeah, give me the Jags in a 2-point game. I think it's gonna be super close though, but I think the Jags edge it out.
I think it is going to be closer than a lot of people think.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think the Jaguars are winning, not because of the London location. I just think it's a good team, and they got embarrassed last week. Like let's just call
Yeah,
it
bounce
how it
back.
was. They got embarrassed.
Law of
I
averages.
mean, both teams are coming off.
They are really lucky that the Dolphins put up 70 and the Bears are terrible. Because I promise you, a lot more people would have been talking about the Jaguars last week.
True.
They lost badly to a very inexperienced team. So I think they're definitely looking to bounce back. Yes, I mean that's really the only reason I believe in Doug Peterson. I believe in Calvin Ridley, Trevor Lawrence, all those guys. The defense, Josh Allen. So I just think they're gonna get it done. I feel like they're not gonna. They lost 2 weeks ago too. I forget to who it was. They barely beat the Colts. I just feel like they haven't been playing the way they want to, and I feel like they're gonna take this time in London to just. Boom.
I agree. Yeah, not a shocking pick at all there.
Yeah, not at all.
Let's go.
Yeah, so you should probably bet Falcons for all y'all watching.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So
Watch out if you guys want a free winner and a -35. Just listen to my dog of the day.
all right, so now we got Sunday night football. Kansas
On
City.
NBC.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
No one's
It's
waiting
not.
for
It's not in Kansas City.
in New York.
It's in New Jersey. So why is this
Here we
the
go,
second
bro,
week-
getting
This is the
technical.
second weekend of the year we've had 2 primetime games in New Jersey, and they're both gonna lose.
What, you got something against New Jersey or?
Yeah.
Wow, why are we putting all the primetime games there if they're all gonna lose?
Because they're big
forget-
markets.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
They also anticipated Aaron Rodgers was gonna be.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers against Mahomes.
Yeah,
that still doesn't.
that would have been a good game, but now we got Zach Wilson, so hopefully Kirk Cousins soon, or maybe Trevor Siemian.
That I can't believe that Miami Bills game is not a freaking primetime game.
That's
flex.
ridiculous. The fact that Seattle
They can
New
flex it
York
after
Giants-
week 4, I think, right?
Who did?
They can, like the primetime games.
Probably.
I think it's a new rule this year. Because
pretty
you only
Good
used
research.
to could have done like I think week 15 and on, and now you can do it whenever. You just gotta give.
Now you're getting told a shit team
Yeah.
by week 4.
Yeah. You have to have I think 2 or 3 weeks notice, obviously, but
Anyway,
it's good.
So-
let's get back.
So we don't have to watch like 0-11 like Commanders versus like the Broncos at like
Commanders.
week 10.
Yeah, that's
I'm just thinking about last
Anyway,
year.
um,
Last year that game
back to-
took years
back
off
to
my
New
life.
Jersey.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes.
Chiefs and
Zach
Jets.
Wilson. Does anyone want to make a case for the Jets?
I do.
No, I mean not with Zach Wilson at quarterback. If we see some glimpses of Trevor Siemian,
I want to make a case for the Jets.
So you think the Jets are gonna win?
I never. When did I say that? I can make a case for the Jets. Jets have a great defense. All right, and I love my law of averages. The Chiefs has put up 41, but the Jets just held New England 15 points or 13 points because of the safety. Not
Mhm.
bad at all. And we know that defense is elite. We know Sal's more on the defensive mind of a head coach. Why can't?
That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't you see 2 turnovers where you give the Jets offense 35 yards to go, right?
Because they're only getting 6 points.
Yeah.
out of that combined.
that's the only
never know.
chance the Jets have is if they score
Their defense
20
has to
plus, in my
score.
opinion.
No, the defense is gonna have to score at least 1 touchdown, and they're gonna have to get 2+ turnovers within
Mhm.
enemy territory.
I'm
sorry, Zach Wilson is not leading more than 1 drive, 25 yards to the other end zone.
Yeah, I mean, how many points do you think they need to score to win
Well, Jets?
realistically? Yeah, 20. I think 20 is a good number.
20 or to 25.
Yeah.
they need to score.
Like
a lot.
they're just not gonna.
But I
As
feel
good
like-
as their defense is, it's also Patrick
that's what
Mahomes.
I'm
They're
saying.
not
I feel
gonna
like
hold
they
them
can
to
I
under
feel like
20.
They're only gonna be able to muster like 13 points on offense.
Yeah, which is gonna be
Not
good
enough.
for containing the Chiefs.
I mean,
you
we'll
know.
see. I don't see the Jets.
I won't be waiting all day for that
I
game.
don't
though.
know either.
Taylor Swift's gonna be there, so
Oh, is she?
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, never mind.
I don't even need
She's
to watch.
so
I don't even
mid.
need to see the game, man.
I'm
You
saying,
should have
bro.
told me that in the first place.
So Travis
Jets-
Kelce anytime touchdown.
Jets
No.
team total is 16 and a half. Favorite on the under.
Yeah, I take the under. So let's move on. Monday night football. Right back to New Jersey. Seattle.
Wait another day.
Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I got Seattle.
I do too.
I have Seattle as well.
All right.
I
Talk about the Giants.
Next game.
They're terrible.
Suck at disagreeing.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hey, talk about the big hitter.
What's the big hitter?
Dolphins Bills.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dolphins Bills.
Dolphins Bills.
It's a great
It's
game.
the game that we should be talking about a lot.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Let's start.
Yeah.
Let's start with you, Mr. Opinion. I don't know. I was just saying some shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can go ahead and get in. That was gonna be my dog of the day, but
All right. Well,
I
you don't
mean,
have to say
you
that.
didn't. You didn't have to
I know,
spoil it,
I'm
but
about to all the reasons I'm about to say it.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro.
Whatever. I was gonna take. I don't know why.
We can do our dog of the day segment right now.
All right, and just say what you want to say, bro,
All right.
about the game. Because that's not my dog. That's not my dog of the day, but we still want to talk about
Yeah,
the
we wanna
game. a
talk
little
about
bit.
it.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know why the Bills are favored for starters. I know they're home, but again,
Yeah.
they just put up 70 points and 700 yards of offense.
Mhm.
Okay.
The fact that the fact that they're underdogs is a little ridiculous. I mean, we've been sitting here talking.
Bills also looked good though
Yeah,
too.
they did.
You can't discredit
Hell,
them.
the offense that scores 28 points a game. This fifth best scoring offense at 3 points.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow. Bring out the stats.
Bro definitely saw that on the way over here.
I did not.
Um,
I did not.
but,
I saw it
um,
last
It's
week
crazy. All right.
when I looked it up.
we know that Bills' offense has its flaws that we saw week one, and sorry, just I haven't seen any flaw in Miami through the 3 weeks of football, so I don't see how. I think they're the hottest team in the league right now, and I feel like kind of like last year when these teams played early on, and everyone was thinking, oh, the Dolphins were hot, Bills were hot. This is a big game, but everyone's like, oh, Josh Allen's gonna extinguish this fire. He just came off that great AFC Championship game against Patrick Mahomes. He's the second best quarterback in the league. Dolphins came in and they didn't whoop them, but they beat them by at least 10, I think. So I think that's going to be another similar year. I just think it's this year. I just think the Dolphins are a better team all around.
Okay. So you see like 0 weaknesses from the Dolphins.
For the first 3 games, I can't think of any right now.
What about their defense?
It's looked.
I mean, it's not
Their
strong,
run
but it's
defense
not
is
weak.
Like their run defense is not good. Like I'll give you that. It's not the best. But like if they're not allowing like big shots downfield and a bunch of like big chunk plays, like they're winning the game because they can make those plays. And if they're only giving you like 5 yards of play and you're taking so much time to score, and then they can just turn around and score in 15 seconds, then I just feel like they kind of control the aspect.
I see your point, but I just think I'm scared about what Josh Allen's buying time, right? If he can buy time, I'm scared about what he can do with the deep shots, right? You got good receivers on that team. I'm starting to like James Cook a little more in that offense.
Yep.
So I like that offense to score some points too. So let's see who goes. It could be a shootout. I think it's a good little teaser on the over there. It's at like 53.5, which is a lot of points. But
That's a
little
lot.
teaser could help. So, but you got Dolphins.
Yeah,
Who
Dolphins
you got?
plus 2.5.
I'm gonna go Bills in that game.
Okay.
A couple things about it. I think Barron earlier discredited Josh Allen a little bit. Obviously, we all saw him struggle the first week.
did.
But you can't count out the last 2 weeks where he's put up, 30 plus, bounce back kind of quietly. You're at home. You got the receivers. Everyone's all over the Dolphins right now. Put up 70 points. I think it'll be a closer game than what people imagine. Bills are at home. It's a divisional game too.
The environment there is great.
Yeah, teams know each other. No, it's not a West Coast playing East Coast teams. Like they've been waiting all season for this type of matchup.
Yeah, but
So
remember that
Bills it is.
That is still the Madden 24 cover athlete right there.
Yeah, it is. Yep. And Patrick Mahomes distinguished that curse by winning the Super Bowl in Madden 20.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's the only one.
Yeah, is that curse over now?
No.
I haven't
because-
even been
no, 'cause
paying
the
attention
next,
to
the
it.
next three
I haven't played
cover
Madden in
athletes
5 years.
all got injured or choked. Or
Tom
something.
Brady?
Justin Herbert should be on the cover.
You
was
would
it?
hate your life.
Who was that? Who was 21 was Lamar, and then he
Yeah.
got injured that year.
22 is Mahomes and Tom Brady.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahan Brady.
Yeah.
And then Brady kind of sucked.
That's just a year they just like
Brady
didn't
sucked.
want to have
After
anyone.
that year he did. I think his last. That was his.
He literally led the league in passing his last year.
Yeah, but he,
For what, on the Bucks? Or
Yeah.
I mean,
he still wasn't good.
it wasn't Brady, but like
Yeah.
But it's still like good.
And then who was on 23?
Last
It
year.
was- Oh, it was John Madden.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
Mhm.
Now we're back.
Well,
to
wasn't there
Lamar
like
Jackson.
was there another caliber athlete in that or
No,
a
it
player?
was just John Madden.
Just- okay.
'cause he died.
Yeah, I know that. but I was wondering. Because like Kobe died, but they still put like a regular cover athlete on 2K. I'm pretty sure.
This year?
Yeah.
Who was it?
There's like a regular edition. I swear it was someone else, but
Oh.
I don't know.
All right, we're getting.
I don't
Kobe
play.
died.
I don't play
Anyway.
Madden anymore. So
Is there
I don't
any?
buy it either.
Are there
Yeah.
Any other big games? You guys
Well, I
wanna
didn't.
talk
I didn't
about?
take my pick up the game.
did.
I did not.
wow,
sorry.
jumping ahead.
Sorry.
I like the pick of the Bills. I'm gonna go with the Bills here, and I
Can't wait to gamble on that game.
it's gonna be electric.
Yeah.
I like the Bills this game. I like what Josh Allen's gonna do this game, and we did discredit Josh Allen in week 1, but once again, that's the Jets defense. The Jets
bounce
defense
back.
has proved in 3 weeks that they're still a good defense.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know if it was clear out there. I thought there was like a little bit of rain going on in that game Sunday
I
night.
mean, there
don't know.
was, but
Yeah.
like he was still chucking it in a double
He
cover.
was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. No, it
Yes,
didn't look good at
Yes, it was a
all.
little bit rainy in his mind too, but the last 2 weeks he's looked good.
First game
They
jitters.
blew out the Raiders at home. They blew out a top scoring offense in the Commanders on the road. So I'm gonna stick with the Bills. Yeah, I like the Bills this week. I like what the run game can do too. The Josh Allen run game as well.
I like that. Yeah.
So should we? You want to talk about anything else?
Is there another big game this week? I can't. Really.
Ravens Browns is a divisional game.
Yeah, they're playing again already.
Did they already play again once this year?
No, you're thinking
Oh,
of
I'm
Ravens
thinking
Bengals
yeah.
last week.
And I'm thinking Browns.
Browns,
too.
Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ravens Bengals in Cleveland.
Browns are winning that.
Yeah, just because the Ravens are so banged up.
I want to see. Yeah, if the Ravens come back healthy, I'll take the Ravens. But right now,
Watson's back. He's gonna show the world, even though
he's
it's
looking better.
1 p.m.
He looks better this week.
Mhm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was against the Titans, but
yeah.
we'll see.
All right. Should we open
Is
up
it
to
is it that time?
Is it doggy time?
Beautiful.
All right, well, I already
Beautiful.
gave mine.
fun?
All right, you can go ahead and restate who yours was because
Yeah.
I forgot already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't care about you. You suck at this game.
Well, how about before this? Let's go over the scoreboard.
All right. Yeah. Just glaze yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Go ahead.
what is it?
Say it.
Yep.
Is it 11 and a half?
Someone had to
10 and a
bring it
half?
up.
Yeah, you gotta keep me in check, guys.
A lot of game left though. Come
Yeah,
on.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Still
games.
a
Lot of
season
game
left.
left.
So
Still a 17-point
Yeah.
little pick in week 15 that can happen. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
The,
no-
dog,
I'm shooting
the
for
dogs will be
glory.
barking at the end of the
Oh
year.
yeah.
Just
so
wait.
just to update you guys out there listening, I'm currently leading at 10 and a half, while these guys are tied for second place at 0.
Hey, we're not last.
Goosehead. Yep.
Not
Tied
third,
for
not
last.
third,
Tied
not
for
third.
last.
No, we're tied for second. We're not tied for. We're not
Both of
third.
them.
No,
both
there's
of
no
them have
last.
Yet to choose a winner. So we're hoping.
I have
it.
chose the community winners. I have paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
for the
So-
community.
Yeah.
So we're hoping this week is going to be different. Just like the Bears and Broncos, who's getting their first win this week,
It's
boys.
tying.
None.
AJ, why don't you open us up?
What with talking about the Bears and Broncos or the dog?
Dog.
Your dog of the day.
Yeah.
My dog is. I mean, looking at the slate, there's not really many dogs that
Yeah.
like kind of entice me.
Not a lot of barking out there.
Yeah, I don't know if the dogs will be barking this week as much as they normally are, but for my dog, I'm just gonna go the Patriots +6.
Who are they playing?
6.5 Cowboys on the road.
Yep.
Ooh.
Not really any like huge reasons on why I'm picking that. Obviously, the Cowboys have looked crazy good. Patriots offense
So
hasn't. But the Patriots have kept every game close. So I'm just gonna keep riding that. Maybe they'll get a couple cards going their way and get something done.
Cowboys will always Cowboys. So.
They will. They will. Just coming off a loss with I can't really say the Cowboys have looked good. They just lost to the Cardinals, but previously before that.
I don't care. I love kicking the Cowboys
Yeah.
while they're down. My favorite meme I saw this week, it was like someone made it was like NFL for Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
And it's like
I saw
pull
that,
to one.
yeah.
It was like you get 4 tries to gain 10 yards.
It was like explain the rules and
yeah,
just,
and then
like,
the
just
very
hate
last
the Cowboys.
bulletin,
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys are ass every year, no matter what their fans tell you.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah, it's true. So
Yeah.
we can just
little fun for them.
yeah. So doesn't look good for AJ this week, guys. Looks. What do you got, my friend?
All right, I'll be honest. I'm just out of it maybe 35 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But last week I picked my heart over my gut. This week I'm picking my heart and my gut.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the team that loses by 35 plus this week is the Carolina Panthers.
I was gonna pick that one.
I like the
I like
Panthers.
that pick.
Yeah, I like them at home. little home
Who are they
action
playing
going on.
against?
Yeah, Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
4.5.
Yep.
But I'll take them.
Battle of the win list,
Yeah.
just like right here.
Give me the red. Give me the red
crazy.
rifle again. Give me
Red
the
rifle.
red rifle.
Oh. I think Bryce Young's supposed to be back.
No, I don't think he's back. I think he's
I
out for
saw
2.
something
No.
yesterday saying he was.
To be determined.
I think he's like
it's
either game time or doubtful. But they said it was 1 to 2 weeks. Give me the 2 weeks, by the way. Give me the red rifle. Give me the Carolina Panthers. Miles Sanders score a touchdown.
Oh,
Give me.
giving out locks too.
Yeah, some gambling
That's all I
advice.
Just saying.
Bro,
All I
he's
do,
Give me
he's
bro.
preaching.
27. No, give me 24-23 Panthers.
Ooh,
24,
little close game.
Yeah. I got the Panthers though. They're gonna be, no dog of the day. The little cat of the day.
Yeah, a little
kitty
meow.
cat.
Little
Yeah.
kitty cat win of the day.
Little small dog, no big dogs. I
It's
feel.
a
I feel.
it's a
Little lap-
medium. It's
little
4.5.
lap dog.
It's a 4.5.
Yeah, it's,
So it's
it's a
not,
medium. Yeah.
it ain't no 2.5 or 2.
Yeah.
So I say,
Not
give-
bad.
I'll give
Medi-
you a 2.5.
little
right
medium.
here.
But if you look at the slate, like, yeah,
Bro really just said that out loud. Okay.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take, as I previously mentioned, the Dolphins
Mhm.
plus
Mm.
2.5.
And it's intercepted.
I feel like we don't really need to talk about this anymore. But
Nah, Bills are winning that game.
Bro
but-
just cut himself off. That's crazy. Bro said, I don't want to talk anymore.
we were letting you cook, bro.
well, I'm saying
honestly.
like we just
Give me a
spent
prediction from the game.
Yeah.
prediction.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be. What's it? I think.
Give me a player or a score, something like that.
I mean, I think Jalen.
Is it a defensive or offensive type game? Shootout or
Oh
is
no,
it?
it's a shootout. For
it's a
sure.
shootout?
I think you can almost guarantee it.
That's not.
I think
yeah.
you can almost guarantee a
Unders-
Jalen
under.
Waddle touchdown that game.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
He guarantees.
I might sprinkle
That,
Bills.
that
defense,
should
special
that
teams,
should
score
hit. That should
touchdown.
hit, right? Yeah, guaranteed. All right.
Guaranteed.
What's the final score prediction
Final
then?
score predictions. I don't know. I'm feeling maybe a little like 35, 30 action, something like that.
So kind of close ish.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
It's not gonna be like a blowout.
One score game.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna. It's not gonna be a 50-point win.
Yeah.
but Who knows?
There you go. No. It's a,
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
fun game.
So what about Broncos
Oh,
Bears?
we have to talk about this game.
Who's winning that? We have to.
We have to talk.
What time does it come on?
It's a
One.
4:25, I think.
It's one.
No, it's a 1. It's
It's
a
one,
1.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
1.
All right, we're not watching that one.
I'm
They put on
watching.
3, 4 o'clock games again.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's just all the scheduling. There's just
Yeah.
more East Coast games, and
Nah.
we just need West Coast to play, and
Like, you
East
can play-
Coast
you
will
can
be
flex
another
the
one.
Titans at 4:05. Eagles can play 4:05.
Yeah.
Texans can play 4:05.
I wish they'd move us that to 405, but yeah. I guess. Nah, Broncos are still gonna beat the crap out of them. Like the Broncos. The Broncos got embarrassed.
So Bears are that bad, or
Like the Broncos got embarrassed last week. The Bears are just.
do you know that game has national coverage?
That's crazy.
From who? Fox?
CBS.
Oh wow.
So unless I believe you're on the West Coast
That's crazy.
or in Cleveland, then you're watching that game.
Not if.
Or in Cleveland.
Just because the Browns are playing at that
Yeah.
time slot.
Not if you have
On
YouTube
CBS.
TV.
True.
With
Unless you-
NFL Sunday ticket.
unless you
can
got
buy
Sunday
now with a student
ticket.
discount at.
yeah.
Student discount. I'll pay for that.
So
already.
way too many NFL fans
I
are
got
gonna
a
be
roommate
forced to watch
discount.
that.
You do.
It's crazy.
I got a friend discount.
A co-host discount.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. So yeah, but like
Yeah. So yeah.
the Broncos are like they're a good team still. I think.
All right, give me the Bears.
You just
No reason,
no reason.
but Broncos same division. Want them to lose.
Yeah, of course. I feel
Give
Justin
me-
Fields legacy game. He's gonna prove the haters
over,
wrong.
Under. Give me the under 8 minutes into the first quarter, the Bears start getting booed.
Oh, it'll probably be their
They'll be on the walk.
yeah, and their walkout when they come out the tunnel. That's where it'll be.
What if they bring out like a rapper like brings them out to get the fans hyped up, and they're all just like throwing trash on
Yeah.
the field?
Just
It's like Meek Mill dreams and nightmares, but there's no dreams.
did y'all see that Raiders fan that like said he's quitting watching the Raiders because of all the mental health issues that it's caused them?
No, just pick a different
That
team.
sounds like
Pick a
something
different
you would
team.
say, AJ.
He put out this like formal like letter. He's like, I'm done watching the Raiders, man. I can't take it anymore. My mental health, I'm just not in a good place. I mean, good for him. I would not be in a good place if I was a Raiders fan either.
Well, I'm a
But
Falcons fan. I've never been in a good place.
yeah, but I mean, he's like, I don't blame him if they haven't won anything in ever. So
They definitely have won something.
Doesn't know what winning feels
nothing
like.
much. The last
won a Super Bowl?
the last 40 years.
Haven't they won a Super Bowl?
Probably back in the Stone Age.
Who?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. I believe so.
Wasn't John Madden a coach of that team?
Yeah, so in the Stone Age.
Better than the history of my fucking franchise.
True. I believe in the letter or the statement the guy said. He's like, yeah, the last 40 years have been miserable, so I assume it hasn't been in the last 40 years. Or maybe he's 40 years old.
True. Yeah.
And
I feel like we're frauds for not knowing this. They have three. Google says they have 3 NFL championships. When did
There
the
you go.
Super Bowl become a thing?
that doesn't count.
NFL
Some-
championships?
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's when did the Super Bowl start?
58 years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, yeah, they have 3 Super Bowls.
Exactly.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They won in 1977, 1981, and 1984.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely Super Bowl era.
Yeah, 1984.
All right. Then, I
When
mean,
the
it's,
Falcons won a Super Bowl.
it's right around 40 years then.
Yeah, when the Falcons
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl.
Huh?
When the Falcons won a Super Bowl.
When are they?
No, when
They haven't.
Never.
Exactly.
My team hasn't either, so
That sucks.
How long has your team been around?
since 1960.
Exactly. So all we know is pain.
Yeah, Barron's has one any
Barron's like,
any
"We're the
complain
worst."
about his
Exactly.
team, bro. Like
he gets
y'all,
no
you've
reason.
seen your team witness some form of like hope.
Not even hope. He's seen his team win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
He's seen Philly. Like he has a cool memory of that.
Yeah,
My Super Bowl memory is getting blown out by Terrell Davis and blowing 28-3.
All right.
well, I mean, you can't like discredit that. Like it was still a good season. Obviously, the ending, but like
Oh
building
yeah,
up.
just
to it.
obviously the
Yeah.
ending.
Obviously.
But like that season was fun though.
Yeah, you can have fun seasons, but you don't win.
Like Chargers have never had a fun season that I can remember.
Never?
Never?
I mean, 12-4.
Like, wasn't last season fun?
Last season
Before
was
the
fun.
end?
You made the playoffs
Yeah.
before the ending.
Before the end.
I mean, it's
I mean, I would
don't
say that
know.
season was fun up until the last half of the season. Like
season.
last
No,
half
your
of the-
season's only fun when your team's winning.
He's like a Ryan Day. We only lost one half. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
This is a tough team.
This is a tough team.
Yeah. All right.
You guys have anything else you want to say this week?
I think one of the underrated games is I want to see Anthony Richardson back against the Rams.
Yeah.
I think that's a little fun game. Underrated game right there. And let's see what CJ Stroud can do against the Steelers defense, right? You got TJ Watt coming off the edge, a little scarier than the Jags defense, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. Jags defense held the
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes offense led to low scoring, but I
Can
think it'll be an interesting game to watch.
you think the Commanders can bounce back from getting blown out?
I do. I think they can. They did it last year.
Yeah. So
They beat the Eagles.
yeah, I think that's gonna be a close game. A lot closer than people think.
Yeah.
And then
What's the spread in that? Do we know?
8.5.
8.5.
I was pondering, but
Ooh.
yeah. Yeah, but I was like,
Why did I not choose them for the dog?
Because it's gonna be 2020. It's 3rd and 1. And
The amount of times
a brotherly
I've-
shove
yeah.
seals the game.
Yeah, tush push.
Yeah.
A brotherly shove? Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
brotherly
that's
shove.
It's a
what-
tush push,
that's what we're
bro.
calling it now.
It's the tush
That's what
push.
you can call it.
But in Philly,
But
it's
when
the
the
brotherly
Eagles
shove.
do it, it's the brotherly shove.
Yeah.
Because we're the best.
Yeah, I think I've bet
No,
against
it's
the
just 'cause it
Eagles
rhymes with brotherly
so
love.
many times and
Yeah,
haven't
awesome.
won one of them.
What'd you say?
I've
Yeah.
bet against the Eagles so many times this
Yeah,
year and last
That's
year,
why you don't bet against.
and
them.
haven't
Exactly.
won any.
Exactly. I tell you not to bet against.
But
us.
the one game they do lose, I will be betting against them, and it's gonna feel awesome.
I also
So
for anyone that enjoys throwing money down on any sports, before we hang it up, I am the most scored on team by a lot in our fantasy league. So these are some players you can look out for: Brock Purdy, Damian Pierce, A-Chain, Calvin Ridley, CeeDee Lamb, Evan Ingram, Tank Dell, San Fran defense, and Cameron Dicker. All right.
Calvin really.
One of those guys will drop 45.
all right.
Calvin really had one good week. I just traded him away.
Did you actually?
Yeah. I got Brandon Ayuk though.
What else was in that deal?
A little week too early.
Yeah, we can talk about this off there.
Yeah.
It was a big trade.
You
I
should.
don't remember all
Blockbuster.
of it.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
if it's Calvin Ridley for Brandon Ayuk, you might be stupid.
Oh no. There was more, but
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
all.
DeAndre Swift, right?
Yeah, I think he was
Yeah.
in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
where
that's good.
Kenneth Gainwell's taking his first place back.
Rashad Penny.
Honestly.
Penny.
Yeah. All right,
It's
all
30
right. Let's
rushing
get out of
yards.
here,
I think
man.
they're ready to.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Rashad Penny like we did earlier in the
Yeah,
season,
it's time. That's
to
it,
go.
yep.
All right, well,
AJ's a big Rashad Penny fan.
all right, well,
I am.
I guess the Dolphins are a lock this week because Barron picked them, and Panthers are going to lose by 50
I
plus.
bet.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Thank y'all for listening to that episode. Nothing agreed.
Sir.
The lads, just the crew back at it again, and hopefully Barron loses his dog of the day this week.
Yeah, no, we need to catch back up.
Yeah, honestly. All right, we'll catch you on another one, and peace.